welcome back everyone. Here we are through step 103. I think we're going to finish up tonight. It looks like it should be pretty straightforward at this point. Got that side done. Of course, still working on that, but that's our main body over here. Still a little wobbly with all the... they're not tied together at the top yet, so I'm going to be gentle with it. But I'm going to set this one aside for a little bit. Not to knock everything off as I go. And we're going to get down to business on this one. If you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes, all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Have a good time, upload daily, and just trying to have a bit of fun. Not doing anything serious here, we're just building silly little models and trying to enjoy ourselves. But if you've seen any kits or models or anything that you'd like to see me take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list, and y'all always seem to have good choice, good taste. But start with our little lectern here. I think it's a lectern. Let's see, go with the green going down. So whoop, it goes down there. So we'll get a little stud out the bottom. You go. Okay, what's gonna get it? Okay, I'll get that way. And this guy, okay, goes. Okay, so it's gonna just go flush down there, and it's got that little lip that hits there. And the top goes on here. Punch in there, okay, well, I didn't. Oh, those pieces, it looks like it's very breakable. Let's see, good. I ain't got Snoopy on yet, let's put him in. That click in. There it went. Yeah, sort of flush there now. Alright. We got our little, I'm not even sure what that green bit's supposed to be, but it's on there. Alright, and then we make our last book with pages down here. I scored them all at the same time, so they're all ready to fold, so I'm not gonna, don't have to do it again, I hope. I guess put them to flip and flop there. We got our pages and our cover. And sort of load you up and try and hit the line. Other side over with that corner, maybe. Looks like they're supposed to be like splayed open according to the picture. Right here. Looks like this book's falling apart for me. But I got a nice flat surface. I'm actually going to change course and use the super glue on this one, I believe. Should work good on that paper and wood. Brush cleaned off as much as I can. Just get a nice coating right there. And yeah, I sort of like having them fanned out though. Not very realistic, but I think it really makes it look bookish to me. Okay. So you go back here, that corner, if we're lucky. stands in there, gets in there pretty tight. Alright. And got our next bit of, and this is the one that goes along the edge and wraps around here. You got the double bend on the end. So pop the peel off. And build up a little heat in there. It doesn't take much. And you're going to be a 90-ish. About like that. Looks. Should be able to get into that. Dropping in. Alright. Continue to get lucky with that stuff. Now, set you aside and move on to our next batch of pieces. You can see plenty more guardrails to go. And another set of steps. You come first and let's see, you go up there. You're up there, find the one. This, the one with the pinhole is the bottom step, so I have to make sure I got that. The small pieces bring you on in a little bit more. Okay, let's work on these guys first, and with the extra leg goes in the back. Okay, so this is the bottom step, so let's pull you guys right in to get going with it. Let's see. I'm not very snug on this side. Hopefully, yeah, that one's going to hold them together. We'll work our way up. And all right, easy enough. Now our little decorative trim piece goes on back here. And steps go that way. Okay, I'd confused myself. Okay, so alright, so that's that one goes. And it says to put the, I think I'm going to put that on last because it's going to go right there, a little art piece or whatever that's supposed to be. I'll put that on last, so it might get in the way of our guardrails. And it's like this is the only one that got a bend, and that's a fairly tame bend. It's just right there. Everything else can be straight, so I'm going to work from this end forward, I think. So I'm going to do this one first. See, I'm a lefty, so I go. That works better for me, I think. Your mileage may vary. I'm mostly a lefty anyway. And that's actually kind of a nice little detail right there, having it sort of almost meet. Cool. That's about getting close there, so pop you in there and lined up. There you go. Alright. That did work out nicer than I thought it was. Now, sculpture in there. Not super snug, but I don't think it's going anywhere. Now back here to our back corner. This going. Okay, got some notches. Whoop. Right on this level. That's where we're going with it. And over. Right. And pretty secure. Alright. I think I can get a little separation right here in that shelf and that layer, so I'm gonna throw a drop of glue in there just to just tack it in place. You know, that's my not structural. Just want to make sure it holds. I just squeeze it all in the middle there and let it. I can see it squeezed out some. If it'll focus on it, probably won't. There we go. So I got that. Wipe off the excess. So I can. And now, for our next batch of parts, I'm still working on the big parts. I'll open you up a little bit. Just a couple of. Okay, so this guy going. Okay, notch that end tab on this end. So we're just going in. Across the top there. Oh. Okay. And then our bookshelves go in that slot, and then up and down this, our individual shelves here. Each one's got a little tab on it. Huh. Got us a tornado watch locally. That's not my favorite thing, but it's been here my whole life, so I'm used to it. Tornado watch is better than a tornado warning. Ease you in. It's not even storming yet. I think there's calling for the sun later on tonight. There it goes. Got the tabs lined up. There we go. That's what we want. Still got good contact between our floor, our landing, and the bottom of our shelf there. So got this little nook down there. Okay. So now, next step. I think this is the last of the guardrails. I don't think there's any more after this little batch here. Well, I guess the big batch is 4 of them. Okay. So, this guy. goes in hole back here, and this hooks on over that there. I think doesn't. Yeah, it does have glue on there, so I'm betting I guess I do need to put a drop of glue, especially on that end. Drop in and get lined up here. All the way forward, so we got the gap back here, because we're going to be a crossbar there. Excess glue up here, so a few out. Oh, yep, there's there's a crossbar. Yep. No. What? Since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of drops of glue on this one too. Why not? And each little notch there. The glue's not structural, but it'll hold the structure together, I hope. Okay. This on the end here. Now, work on all these guys and figure out which order I'm going to do them in. Okay, so we're doing this down here. And there's some, okay, so I'll do these first, and then this, then up our steps. Okay, so do, let's see, yeah, my little steps first, so this little guy. Oh, that's the right side, did not want to peel. There it goes. This is going to be difficult. Tight little corner back here. Let's see if tweezers are going to work or not. Let's see if I can get it. I think it did. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it did. Yeah, there. Alright. This one. So it's going to be tight corner there on this one. I think. Okay. Doesn't feel great, but I think it's going to go a little bit more. Bottom. Another sort of mild bend and sharp bend on this one again. So double bender on here. Yeah, I'm getting very close to the point where I can't not finish the thing up tonight. We're getting close to one of those deals where it's going to be not enough for tomorrow if I don't finish tonight. A little bit more on this one. Alright. So I think this is probably, messing with these things is the most nerve-wracking part of this build. The books are a little bit monotonous, but they're not that bad since we got the stickers. So much, I can't imagine building this thing if I had to actually super glue each individual book in. I would have thrown the thing away at that point. I can't remember, one of the first the library builds I did was, you know, it was literally, I don't think it was hundreds, it was 30 or 40 books where I had to just individually coat them and glue. And okay, about a 90 on there, 90 here the other direction. There you go. Everybody in. All right. Nice. Very pleased. Very, very pleased. Let's see, what is next? I think got a couple of pieces over here, and there's a couple of slots right there. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. We don't appear to ever use these two slots up here. Is there anything? Nothing underneath them. I'll peek around the corner. Oh, okay, I see what we're doing. I see it now. I blocked it out. Should give you all an idea. Okay, so building us some more shelves for our books here. So this has just a globe on this side. So we're going, yep, on this end. Definitely need the glue. And I may need the glue again, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Okay, so this way up. Okay, yeah, because that's gotcha. Yep. So these guys, snuggy. Okay, that one's okay. There was loose on the last one. That one's pretty loose. Any better on the other end? Nope. Okay. Third one. And that one is too. Okay. Whoop. I'm gonna assume the worst on that middle one too. So just do some dabs of glue. That's where our glue goes, and it's really loose as well. Now, top. Now I get to try and make all these guys line up again. Okay. And they'll be tight on that one. Okay. Here. Oh. A little pressure on the back side. Everybody in and line them up as they go up, I hope. Okay. And they are tight on the oh, that goes in the up or down, goes up. Okay. guess they're tied on the other side. Okay. All right. Our shelves in. Now, these guys and my bowl of books. Okay, so this one just drops in. There's the front here. Are you gonna be snug? Yeah, it's pretty snug. So don't have to worry about gluing that one. And drop this guy in. Slot back here. Oh, single tab up. Yeah, which makes sense. Okay. So. All right. That one in. Now, let's see. I don't know if I can. See if I can get the phone stand down here so get y'all a bit of a view. Should be, I think it'll be stable enough there on that bottom part. It'll be close. Yeah, okay, I think it'll work. Alright, now let's see. Let's drop in a bunch of books. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to start at the bottom, at a little angle so I can see. And say, go at the bottom, work my way up. Just 'cause the bottom looks like it's supposed to be just a solid one straight across. So get the big nozzle in there. And yeah, that'll do. And I'm just going to grab them at random and start dropping them in. As usual, trying to, nope. Rub all the glue off my shelf and put them all on my tweezers so I can't. I think there's going to be enough there to hold on to it. Try and clean these off a little bit for a second. Okay, I think I need a little more glue back in there. I think I did wipe that off too much. Okay. Clean these tweezers a little bit more. Evidently I didn't do a good enough job of it. Okay. Okay, that might be the way to do it. Go in at like a 45 and straighten it out. Okay, one more on the end here. A nice light one to contrast with the shells. All right. Okay, next up is, keep losing my spot here. Okay, got our globe there, so just work from that end to this end. In theory, should be easier because I got a little more space over my guardrail here. And I've got my eye in on how I'm supposed to do it, I think. One more on the shelf. A little low there. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, this one's a little. Let's find me a good one. To be the front. Ooh, there's a nice picture on that one. Golden Gate Bridge. That'll be my front one. Doing some fairy tales. I may do. I like that one too, so I'm going to do a couple. I think I'm going to do a stack on each end, facing forward, and then one in the middle, stacked up horizontally. So back here. A nice plain one to drop in. And the back. I'll do four facing forward, I think. Looks like it's got room for that. And the question becomes, do I have room to stack them up horizontally between them? I'm just going to do, okay, nope. So I'll just do stacks straight across. cooperate with me. One more down the middle there. A good white one. That's bright, yeah. Now, one more horizontal stack with our picture of our flag there. In the middle, it looks like. So. Cool. Actually, this one I think I can do with my hand. I don't think I got room to get in there. A few on the other end. So before, it seems like they're mostly green. One more, I think. Now, I'll say our flag, I guess my flag. Get it from the top here. I've got a little access. Alright, I think I'm in the glue there. Alright, so that's that turned out. Alright. I think I've been saying in the comments most of the week, I've got a few books for my next library build that I won't have to make. And now, set that aside and let it get a little sticky. I'll leave you leaned up. Yeah, okay. And get to make another one of these lovely things and stress out about that. Okay. So, let's see. At the bottom with our. So you more cooperative on this one. That one was. Oh yeah, this was the easy part. The hard part's getting the other side to come on. Okay. But I got my clamp right there. I'm ready to go with it. So. Let's see. Oh. Okay, that way. Yeah. Accidentally did it right. I think I would have started crying if I'd accidentally put these on the wrong side. Okay. Not lined up. And most of them just about ready to go there. And just. Okay, I think we're ready for the clamp action. A little further down. think it went in while I wasn't looking. Oh. Oop. And I almost broke it after the fact. Go figure. Alright, we've got the other one ready to roll already. Now, after I'll put all those books in place meticulously, I get to put a ladder right in front of them. And this guy, that's what these two are for. Okay, that's him. Alright. And that completes that side, so it's time to combine it. I'll gingerly bring this guy back over. And so it's just these two notches holding it on. Up there. In. Lines right up with our dinosaur landing, our window. Everybody's in place. And there we go. That's the interior of our Beyond Library Max. Completed. Alright, so. Okay. Now, move the instructions out of the way so I can do all that. Let's see. That completes part 3. On to part 4. So I'm going to spin it to work on the back. This is the guy that ties everything across the top together into our windows. This way it goes this way though, and then our shelves. Yep, there, there, and all that across the windows there. Yep, okay. Just go from this end, I think. Window. There it goes. Can't find. Oh, there it is. All right. All the way in on that. Okay. Now, all the pieces are tied together top and bottom, so that's what you want. And battery box go in there. I think I'm going. Are you AAA's? Yeah, AAA's good, because that's the ones I've got right over here. I saw them just a minute ago. Here goes Neo into her litter box. Let me give her a second of privacy and I'll be right back. Okay, I really should find her own little room for this stuff. Okay, no power switch on this one per se, but I've got, okay, yeah, I still do have my, there's my touch sensor. I unhooked it a while back. Glad I remember where I put it. Okay, yeah, then, I guess at some point I should have tested those. Okay, so let's do that now. Well, appears they work. Okay, cool. And so now to undo and start placing lights. Oh, and I was going to use, let's see, let's flush that. I'm going to grab, I'm just going to take my piece of my old gaffer tape here. Make me a little loop. Get on the back here. Just something to hold that in place. Okay, so we got white, color. Now they're color coded. I don't know if they're color coded or not. They're all different colors. Shows a red and black one, but I think it's, yeah, they don't color code the pictures in the okay, so it says the 10 centimeter one goes, okay, there's a little notch there, just goes around the corner. Okay, so I'm thinking 10 centimeter. Let me go back here and take a look. Are they inventoried on the... Okay, yeah. 10, 16, 18. 10, 16, 18 are the three shortest. So it should be the first three I use. 10 and 16 are the first two. So, okay. So... Let's see, good. Oh, actually, the first, what did I use in the first few steps? I forgot which one that was. It was the 18, so I've got 10 and 16. First two I've got left, so that should be, yeah. Like these two, and you got notches on either side. Okay, so get my needle nose out. It's a nice 90-degree there and there, and just squeeze them together too. It looks like. Get into that notch. Okay, that's actually, that insulation is pretty secure into that notch. It's going to hold it in place pretty good there. And that's going to be back there underneath all our landings and everything, so yeah, it's not going to be very visible. Okay, we'll do this again, just put these guys together. Okay. I was going to glue them in place, but let's say these are, this is going in really snug. There it goes. Yeah, so it's not going anywhere. That gets us, yeah, good light back there in the back. Not super obvious. It is if you duck down and look for them, but they're right underneath this upper floor here, so you really got to get on that level to see. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, so those guys are in. And all the other guys are supposed to come straight up here. Okay, that's going to get old real quick. Gotta get those batteries out. Okay. Now, everything else is supposed to come up over the top next to this notch. Switching everything, so let's grab, twist tie back, and let's hold these guys together back here maybe. Okay, and then we set you aside again. Move over to our ceiling. Yeah, that's not going to get old. Okay, got our little chandelier. I think it's actually on both sides. Yeah. This is well lit enough, it ought to give us a nice little effect with all these colors in it. I was reading about a new social media app. It's been fairly new, I think. Supposedly better. Not gonna, doesn't encourage the negative stuff. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. I've been off of actual social media for almost 10 years now. It was just such a garbage fire. I said that's one of the things I sort of miss. The updates. I like I'm having fun at my kids' soccer game. We're family get together, all that stuff. Before all the politics and business and everything came into it, everybody felt the need to throw their 2 cents in about every controversial topic. Like, just live your life and be happy. And don't tell me everything too. Okay, so I'm going to give that a shot and see how it goes, and I'll update you if there's anything to update you on. Don't even want to give it too much, publicity if it does turn out to be just the same old, same old. But supposedly it's one of those things where sort of like community driven, where they, it's supposed to detect bots, and if you're negative, what they call it, rage baiting or whatever, then they'll kick you off. Or I don't think they even kick you off. I think they just sort of isolate you where you're screaming into a vacuum. I don't know why some of the other big social media places don't do that already. Alright. That's a cool looking thing. Okay. I think I forgot a piece or two. Yeah, I did. R3, where did R go? R was the little one. Ah, there it is. And so R3. these guys will be what locks it in place. Off of there. Wonder why they didn't use an acrylic for that. Oh, was it? No. It was supposed to be. Oh, this actually goes to the top, so I didn't know. Oh, yeah, that's all right. Okay, yeah. So I thought it was going to lock it up in the bottom, but I think that's actually going to stay. Doesn't seem like it's falling off. Yeah, okay. So we got this guy, and I'll run you through here. And this is where R3 goes. Although not very securely. So let's make it more secure. Drop a glue there. There. Back in. Okay. Should hold you down in the glue. I'll set you in that corner there because I think. Oh, nope, I'm not done with that thing. I gotta do more on the front top. Okay, these guys get. Okay, so we got our little shroud there. Okay, now we can actually get to go ahead and mount this up. Cool. And yeah. Okay, and there's a notch where our wires are going to end up going. Trash bag here. Okay. So this. Okay, it actually doesn't even. Okay, we do get. Take you out a little bit. There's some notches, tabs up on there. Okay, so. Get everything lined up. Okay, sealing in place. Those guys are going to be snug. Okay. Now, so everybody comes up through our notch here. Green one is way too long. It's down there. It's not where the window there. Okay, and our touch sensor goes that way. All these guys go here. Let me see if I can't get them sort of lined up. Looks like it's. They can crisscross some, but I'm going to get them. I think I'm going to try and get them through here in one layer. Okay. Detangle the touch sensor first. Okay. you guys all. Let's say that. Let's say the touch sensor is cutting off that direction, so I'll get it on the end. It is. I do have enough room to little gap between them, maybe. And get the old hot glue gun out and just run a bead. Straight over. And a second bead. Too close to my finger there, but I didn't hit it, so I'm good. Now, a scrap piece and spread that evenly, maybe. Okay. Still got it. And I'm going to that twist tie. I'm going to gang them up back down here a little bit, I hope. Okay. I think that's secure. Okay, now everybody should be locked in place here. Where am I going for it? Okay, let's say I got touch sensor on the ends, so these three. Okay, so they all go just boom, boom, boom. And where is it? Okay, so we're going to turn the corner here. And let's see, there's 4 lights, okay. Yeah. Okay, now I understand the instructions a little better. So this guy, short one, and go right there. Looks like we're going to do the 90-degree bend on all of them because they're going to be limited. There is going to be a gap here, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a gap. So bend them all over. Actually, this one may not have a gap. Because it's got to go down into our little chandelier dealio. Which one is that? We are. So 22 is here. Okay, it's not going to go through that. Well, yeah, I guess it will. So, go ahead and tack you down like that to get you. The stick wasn't connected. There it goes. So that's why I was having issues earlier. Have to go ahead and do it. Okay. So 22 in the first one. I'm thinking 33. Okay, so it should be 2 33s and a 28. So 28 goes down the middle. Is that gonna? Yeah, it's gonna go into the little chandelier dealio. So I'm gonna give it a little more lead, I think, about up there. How does that feel? Maybe a little less than that. Yeah, I think that'll be get us good down in there. Gonna be a lot of excess. Okay. These guys are good. Just, I think, flush. Okay. So. Okay. And you. Okay, so that. Yeah, I'm just gonna have it do right there. Maybe right over the insulation. Or two. Not that bad, but I still don't like doing it. I'm scared it's going to be a lot hotter than I think it is. Okay. And you. Goes like that. I'm about to fill up this SD card, so I'm probably about to have to take a little break to get that straightened out. These guys. Look. Put them like that. A lot of excess space on this purple guy. Okay. I'll get you guys. Actually, put you underneath that one. Okay. So, get all three of them ganged up there. And okay. I got our touch sensor over there. Everybody's getting dry in here. Seated in, seated in. I see these guys back here. See if I can just just run a big old gaggle of glue over top of this and mush it back down, I hope. All right. Not pretty, but effective. Now, which time I got like 3 minutes left, so I'm gonna do. Okay. Set you aside. Was it? Oh, was it? Nope, nope. Not yet. The front frame can go on now too. Try to get a double. Okay. The single plane goes to the bottom. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now there's the front all locked in, loaded. Let's do that little slot there to put our dust cover in. Nice and snug there. Alright. Now, we got our our back cover. This would be a good thing to end on this time because we'll need a minute or two for it to dry and get stuck on, so this would be a good place to swap out that SD card. Okay, so peel in. And on this one as well. Although there's no light behind, I guess, well, this is going to be, there's no natural light on a bookshelf. I don't know. Okay, got, goes on, so, I got mind on it. Okay, oh, just, on the bead. Let me go all the way around, I think. And slice around there. Everything's covered up, and all right. Okay, we'll swap out this SD card, and we will come back and finish this thing up. Just got a few more pieces to go, and so yeah, we'll finish up tonight. All right, so be right back with that. Okay, so we got our little scene going on back there. And I guess I need to pop the door open. I always hate to do that because it's going to be always so iffy. I think this is the back of the outside. So, but we've got also a few these guys there. Got our battery door controller. So through the big slot, through a door, lock it in over here. Easier said than done. Everybody all the way down. There it goes. I got a good function on that. Okay, so now I can pop it open and lock it up. Okay. Now I think we're ready. Okay, so I think I just grab the bottom, the front frame there with the edge of the leather there. Okay. Goes in. Got slots and tabs all the way around. The roof goes in there and there. Okay. Nice solid structure now. So let's pop in the other battery back in. Hopefully I can get access to it. Yeah. There it goes. one maybe. The other way. Okay, could have to go all the way on, but I'll put it in there with it. And preview here. Oops. Nice, very well lit library. Yeah, all the details are showing really good in person. The camera has better eyes than I do, but it's still very well lit. The colors are on their little chandelier are not nearly as bright. It's much more. You get to see the individual layers in person. Oh, and forgot. Oop, somewhere there, the globe. Into our spot there. All right, put it north. Okay. Yeah, it does a nice job of illuminating the globe as well. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, really cool effect. Okay, I don't think it doesn't. There's not a picture of the glue on there, so I'm assuming we don't glue the globe in place. I don't think you'd want to get that marred. Let's see. Get a couple more peels. This big boy for our dust cover. Should be the most satisfying of the peels. I'm up way past my bedtime tonight. I was looking at the timer on the clock. I forgot that I'd stopped to let Neo use the facility, so I was off by about 20 minutes. Oh, come on. Okay, here it goes, maybe. And this should be the most, there we go, most satisfying peel we have the whole project. Okay. Slotting our dust cover down here. I don't think, I normally don't put the dust cover in. I don't think we're going to get, yeah, that's what I was worried about. It looks like I might lose access to it. I'll put the final roof on. Have to wait and see. But not very much longer because it's about to be time. Alright, so I got the last little bit. Oh, I did need to. This wiring. I'm supposed to put our marker. I think it's going to end up being up here. I'm going to glue right there. There's only a couple globs. Whoop. That one was hot. I didn't give that enough time. Okay. One more down here at the bottom. Okay. Now, actually, I may have spoke too soon. This may end up being the most satisfying peel we do all night. Yeah, that was pretty nice. On both sides, yeah, both sides of this one too. I think it's going to cooperate nicer too. Yeah. Okay. So goes down here. Got our little star detail in the middle's what I think we're supposed to be lining up. Yeah. Like that. So plenty of places to put glue, so I'm just going to go straight down here. And over here. I think I got too far away from the edge on that one, but yep, here's some thunder now, so that's where that tornado watch is coming in. Bridget is going to be unhappy. She's the one that does not like storms. Yeah. She's done. Oh, wiggle and a swizzle. A bit I missed up here, sure. There's, I think I'm supposed to do it the other way. I assumed it was the same on both sides. It was not. Okay. There's enough glue left over here. Yeah. Dope. But that's going to be the inside, so that's going to be gotta be all right, because this is the part we're going to see. Yeah. And I think it's sticking down a little bit. Yeah, I think it's going to be all right. Yeah. Come back up. No, it's staying down. I'd like to say I can't believe I did that, but I can totally believe I did that. Okay. Alright, I think now I'll put here. I think they included some stickers. So this is what they're calling to actually use rather than the hot glue, which is probably better for the touch sensor because I don't want to go too crazy with that. But there's our power button. So go like that. Is it going to have? First thing to see is I'm going to have access to that. I am not going to have access to the dust cover without removing the top. That's so be careful with the marble one. It means I'm probably not going to be able to show y'all much. Well, I can take it off afterwards, but okay. Now that's kind of, what is it? That was working a minute ago, wasn't it? Oh, did the battery come out? Oh yeah, it did. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to take it. I thought I was being clever with that gaffer tape. I'm going to move it down some. Got it too far that way. I can't get access to the back end of the battery compartment. Okay. Let's say stand by the premise. Just gotta put it in the right place. I think I just put it right back where it was. Okay, so maybe I won't. Okay. Okay, so in there. There. Okay. Okay, that working. Now, like this. So this right there. Use some of the included stickers rather than glue, maybe. Let's see if it works. Not enough room there for that. And maybe touch on the other end. Barely on the end of the switch, maybe. Works on this side. Here's me working on that side now. Spin you around. And down. Get in there. Alright. That completes the construction. A nice tight seam all the way around. Dust cover I do not have access to without popping that top off again, so that's, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. It didn't feel like it was like really cinching in on there. But let's, I just turned off the camera when I was going to say knock the lights out, so let's knock the lights out. Other way, and okay, nice effect on the roof. See if I can, so where that marble stays in there. Gently. Okay, I think that's about as far as I'm going to take it, but it's really well lit, looks really good, nice details all around. Definitely a cool build. The light hits the dinosaur. Okay, I'll just pull the top off if I have to. Yeah. It sort of flecks off the ribs and everything, so that's a really cool effect. Let's say all our little bits and bobs in there. And like I say, the colors are much better on the chandelier in person than they are on my display, at least. All our books and everything. Yeah, I gotta say this was a good one. This was not nearly as challenging as I thought it was going to be. You know, the dinosaur was the most difficult part of the build. Of course, all the guardrails were pretty tough too, but it's a really good build. I'm thrilled I did it. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad I picked this one up. So I had spotted it, but y'all's comments and suggestions really put me over the top whether to get it or not. I'm thinking I'm really pleased I'd done this one. So, but let's see if I can access that, and I'll get my marble back in place. Maybe. How hard is that to get off again? I don't think I've ever seen one with permanent dust cover like that. I might have, but it's not. I'm not remembering one off the top of my head. There's not much of a slot to work with on there. Can this? Okay, maybe. Okay. Wait a second. The front's gonna pull off easier than the top. And that should do the same effect. Actually be easier because you don't have to worry about the switches. I think. Trouble getting the dust cover back in place. Got glue on it now. Okay. Up. Okay. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I think that was easier than pulling the top off. And it got back in place. Alright. Success. Marble back in place. Build is complete. Switch does not work. Which I've got something to fix that, but I don't think it'll work on this one because it's too tight in there. Okay, I'll pull the battery later on. At least it died with the lights on. I think it's just that the touch sensor thing it's a cool effect, but it's unreliable to me. I've got some real switches that I'm going to start using instead of the touch sensors just because I'm so fed up with these things. But that's a problem for another day. I do have, that's not it. Tomorrow, what I hope is going to be a fairly good palette cleanser, another little Temu build, little mechanical thing. Got the little, this is a little hurdy-gurdy I picked up. I did the musical thing a while back, and this was sort of the companion to that. But on whoever makes that one really likes it. So I saw this one on Temu. Like I say, I think I paid $12 for it, and I just looked up and it's like $10 now. So this is going to be hopefully a nice easy little build. Evidently it does play little tunes. I don't think it's as automated as the good one, quote unquote. But I think it ought to be a fun little get my feet wet. If this one goes well, I might buy the real expensive hurdy-gurdy. But we're done there. Way past my bedtime. Storm coming. I hope I can get it uploaded before if the power goes out. So, y'all know how I roll. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time. And thank you so much for all you 5,000 subscribers. Almost 5,100 now. I'll see you next time.